Hey guys, it's myself, Roman and Andre here at the Toyota HQ in Plano, Texas. And as you can see, they've got a lot of different models. Most of these are 2022s. There's some new ones like that one and that one. That's a new Corolla Cross. But we're here to say farewell, Andre, to two special models, right? Which are those?
Yeah, so it's a little bit sad and also kind of happy, right? So we're saying goodbye to the current generation 2021 Toyota Tundra. Here's one of those examples right there. It's a TRD Pro. And check this out. This is kind of a cool touch on this outgoing model, Toyota spelled out in red font. But of course, the next generation Tundra is just kind of around the corner. It's coming this year, supposedly. So we want to say goodbye to the current truck and also the Land Cruiser, right?
Yeah, let's point out some of the things we love about the current Tundra and some of the things we don't love so much. So one of the things we don't love exactly are these fake...
Two of them,
yeah, fake hood scoops.
Yes.
I talked to Toyota about that, and they said the reason for that on this one and the Tacoma are because, Andre, they have to have very strict temperatures inside the engine bay for the engine to work at its optimum range. And so if you let
all the air come through here, yeah,
then it's good. But if you let some of the air come in up there, apparently not so good.
So Toyota has done this, right? They're always really methodical, right? So this generation really came out in about 08 or 2007, but then they've updated it several times, right? So they gave it new look, new headlights, new grille.
These rigid
rigid fog lights
yeah,
for the TRD Pro. Look at this. They also added, driver assistance technologies, cameras, all that stuff. And of course, cool colors, right? TRD Pro is known for that.
Yeah, and you know what? Obviously, it's got the 5.7 liter V8.
Big V8!
Which is one of the most long-lived V8s in the business. Also one of the thirstiest, Andre, if I'm being completely... If you look on the inside here, this is the last generation refresh. It's got the nice TRD shifter there. It's got the big old controls, so you can actually use the stuff with your gloves on. I mean, it's just a very functional truck, and it's a truck that really holds its value.
Yeah, that's very true. Another thing I love is the big cab, right? This is a Crew Max, they call it. Look at this room, dude.
Get in there, show them.
Look at this.
I know. Look how much.
Dude,
you are 6'2", or 6'3", aren't you?
Almost 6'3", and this is like a limousine, and this is an older design, dude. This is insane. And another thing I don't like, do you know what that is?
What's that?
Small tires.
Yeah.
I really don't like on a TRD Pro to have a small tire like this.
I mean, at a minimum you'd want now 35s today. Seriously.
Well, yeah, that's where everything is going, right?
Yeah, and then one of the best things about this truck is, of course,
Is
this TRD exhaust. There's nothing that sounds
It's
better.
dual system, right?
Yeah.
Another thing I don't completely love is the tow rating on this, on the Tundra, is below 10,000. Ford, GM, Ram, and to some extent Nissan, they have increased their towing numbers.
Yeah, and then if you look in here, they have updated the bed with, these, but still only 4 tie downs. I believe there's another 2 there. Now that modern beds, have much more functionality built in, like, for instance, power.
Yeah, and also, you can kind of see that, the track goes all the way around, but that's a good feature. Also, I love, Roman, the window that rolls down.
Yeah, it's one of the only trucks that has that entire... It is the only truck that has that.
Yeah, the entire window goes down.
Yeah, which is a really nice touch. So, it's a little bit of bittersweet that we're saying goodbye to this vehicle now. Of course, people are curious about the new one. We know what we've heard is that the new one is going to be a twin-turbo, potentially V6
That's
hybrid.
the rumor.
That's
yeah.
the rumor.
Yeah, that's the rumor. Maybe a twin-turbo V6 and maybe another version that's a hybrid of that power plant, maybe a 10-speed, maybe more weight, carrying capability, more towing, better everything, interior, of course, but we don't know yet for sure.
So I would say if you love the 5.7 liter I-Force V8, get yourself the current generation, because chances are it's going away. And speaking of a platform and an engine that's going away, there's another vehicle here that's also going away, which is really sad for me, because I think this is my favorite Toyota of all time, and it's right there, Andre.
It's the Land Cruiser Heritage Edition, because after 2021 model year, the one you see here, the Land Cruiser is exiting United States.
Yeah.
No longer going to be for sale.
So I think it's the most expensive Toyota there is, right? It's,
yes.
At like $80,000, $90,000.
Or more.
This Heritage Edition, of course, has the cool wheels.
I love those wheels.
Yeah. the retro style Toyota Land Cruiser script up here. And the
Yeah.
one thing they did, which is odd, is they gave you less for more. They got rid of
They got rid of third row, right?
they got rid of the third row, yeah. So if I open this up, it doesn't have those jump seats anymore, but it does have this really cool. Look at that!
Lots of space,
Nice,
dude.
Look at that, yeah.
Gigantic space. Of course, the same 5.7 liter V8 as in the Tundra currently, and just a ladder chassis, really capable. If you put a little bit bigger tire on it, maybe a small lift, this vehicle will go anywhere.
Now we've seen spy photos of the new version of this, right?
300 series. That's
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, it's already out there in the wild from places like, I want to say, Saudi Arabia
And Japan,
Malaysia,
and,
Japan.
yeah.
It's not been officially announced, but there are spy photos of it. But
Yeah.
this one looks really badass, dude.
And also 300 series, according to Toyota, is not coming to the US. It's going to be in other markets.
Yeah, so let me show them the inside. Very similar to, of course, the Toyota powertrain that's in the Tundra, but here you get, of course, a much more sophisticated all-wheel drive system. So you get 4 high, 4 low, you get crawl control, you get all the bells and whistles that you would want for one of the most capable off-road trucks. And speaking of off-road trucks, Andre, the heritage in this is incredible, right? If you go around the world, this is the vehicle that you'd want.
Yeah, and it's sold across the world. And also, like, for example, on TFLbids.com, our site, right, we have a lot of classic FJ40s, original Land Cruisers for sale right there. So this vehicle has a lot of history.
Yeah, and I think, Andre, if it were me, if I had the money, I'd probably buy this Heritage Edition if you can still get them.
Which color?
I love that color, actually.
This kind of a black color, yeah?
Yeah, I love that color because it's going to be valuable. I think they come in this and a white, right?
Right,
Yeah,
right.
So there aren't very many options. And you get that Yakima rack, which is fine,
Yeah.
But overall, I'm going to be really sad to see this go. Now, of course, there is a Lexus version, right? The LX, and that's not
Lexus
going away.
LX, right. So the rumor is, once again, Toyota hasn't, and Lexus hasn't confirmed this, but that the LX will be a new generation and it will come to the US and it'll be really high tech, really beautiful. So we'll have to see what happens with the LX. And also the rumor is, this is also a rumor, that the Sequoia, the next generation Sequoia is coming.
Speaking of which, there's the old one.
There's an old Sequoia.
Yeah.
So the new Sequoia, once again, this Toyota hasn't confirmed this, but the new Sequoia is supposed to be really based, once again, on the Tundra platform and have the same, kind of efficiency and technology, all that stuff. So hopefully that's coming.
So if you want a Toyota Land Cruiser, there are really 3 choices in Toyota Land, right? There's the 4Runner, which is the least expensive. There's the Sequoia, which is a little bit more expensive. Then there's this,
Yeah.
and then of course there's a Lexus GX, and then there's a Lexus LX. So
Yeah.
there's quite a bit of choice. But if it were me, this
This
is the one I would get. Yeah.
And this is the sad part of this video,
Yeah.
right? Because this is not coming back,
no.
at least for now.
At least,
So,
yeah. Unfortunately, the problem is they only sell like 3,000 of these a year.
Well, because they're expensive.
Yeah, they're very
Well, yeah.
expensive. I mean, you walk in your Toyota dealership and you see a $90,000 truck, or you see, a $50,000, $60,000 truck, and which one are you going to buy? But like I say, my heart is aching. I really love this vehicle. We had the very first year of this, the 200 series, 2008. We did it up as a TRD Pro, quote unquote.
According to us,
It was
yeah.
our version.
Yeah.
The guy bought it from us. He still has it, and he's taking it off road. They're just indestructible. They will go easily 400,000 miles. So even though it's $90,000, it's well worth it.
Yeah, and by the way, we have a lot more coverage from this event in the headquarters of Toyota. We have the Corolla Cross, right, on now. We have the Sienna all-wheel drive Woodland Edition. We have the Tacoma, the new Tacomas, by the way, they're over here.
Yeah, that's
on Truck Channel.
And on TikTok, we're doing a bunch of videos. So
Yes.
check out TFL Studios on TikTok. Or, stay tuned right here and right now for more all Toyota all the time. Guys,
Wall-to-wall coverage.
Wall-to-wall coverage. Guys, thank you for joining us. And tomorrow we're going to go off-roading.
Heck yeah, and also on the track, there's also the GR86,
Yep,
right?
yeah, we're gonna get to
And
take
the
that.
latest Supra.
And the latest Supra, so stay tuned for those videos. Those are coming up soon. And yes, we wish we could tell you more about what's coming to replace this. But as they say, stay tuned.